Are you looking at coming on the MSC Magnifica for one of your sailings? You're going to want to make sure that you're watching this video and all the pro tips you need to know to make sure you have a great cruise. Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend, and I'm now on my 5th weekend sailing here on the MSC Magnifica. It has been my home ship for the beginning of 2024, and I wanted to share with you just a laundry list of different pro tips and things that I've learned since I have been sailing here, so that when you come here, you'll already know these things and not have to learn them the hard way like I did. Let's start out with the very first one. And forgive me, I think the basketball court is above me. So you've got the first one is you can get coffee in the Tiger Lounge first thing in the morning. So if you have a drink package, there's many of those. You can go down to the Tiger Lounge and have a proper cup of coffee. And their coffee here is extremely good. Make sure that you're checking that out. But the Tiger Lounge is where you can sit, get it, order it. It's really, really nice. It's kind of like the El Bacho on Celebrity, but nobody takes advantage of it. So make sure that you're checking that out. The second thing that I'll call out is their buffet here, which is the Sahara Club. My tips here is number one, the food on each side is the same kind of food. You don't have to, choose between left or right. It's going to be the same food. The food at the front section and the back section is also the same. They've got 4 different sections sometimes of identical food. So when you walk into the buffet, you're going to see a line of people at the very front waiting to get food. Go around them. The food, I promise you, will be the exact same in the second section of the buffet. To do this, don't cut through the actual walkway where the food is. This is a very narrow place and kind of a pet peeve of mine walking through here because people are trying to get food, they're stopping, they're looking. Walk in between the tables. This is a place most people don't hang out at or stand, and it is a much quicker way to get to the back of the buffet where the food is. There is also an outdoor seating section, so my personal favorite thing to do on any cruise line, if there is buffet seating outside, I encourage you to do that. It is a great way to eat, to see the wake, and just see the sun come up or the sunset if you are there for dinner. And the third thing I literally just learned on this cruise, it is T32. I've been here literally 5 times and did not know this exists. It is at the very aft of the ship on deck 14. It is not the easiest to find, and honestly, I hadn't been staying up late for the late night parties that are thrown here. It turns into the DJ lounge, the teenagers come here, but there are fantastic windows everywhere overlooking the back of the ship. If you want a quiet area to get away, it is an awesome time during the day, and then it's going to turn into the nightclub in the evening, but now that I found it, I really like it. I'm even filming from here. The fourth one is going to be the key card. So this is how you're going to be getting into your room on the Magnifica. I have tried turning it thousands of different ways to get into my stateroom. And finally, my stateroom attendant was like, hey, here's the trick. This is what you do. So this is not actually my pro tip. This is the stateroom attendant's pro tip. Make sure you're holding the circle facing the MSC logo away from your Voyagers Club. Dip it in, and you'll be able to get into your room without a problem. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, the 5th one here is not going to surprise you at all. It is, where's the best place to people watch on board the MSC Magnifica? And that is going to be in the Topazio Lounge. There's a small little section up against the windows that people walk by. It is a huge foot traffic area, and the seats are going to face the walkway. So if you want to people watch, if you want to see what's going on, they also have a bar. They have a lot of meetups in here as well. This is a great place to sit and just people watch. The 6th one here is the theater on board the MSC Magnifica. Now, I don't normally go much into, theater logistics, but in this theater, it's really important that you sit in some right places because there are definitely some wrong places to sit. I personally sit on the first or second row, which I do not recommend you do if you actually want to see a good production show. If you are sitting there, know that you're going to have an obstructed view. They've got a lot of sound equipment. They've got some pyrotechnics. They've got all sorts of different things that are going to be blocking your view. You're also not in a good place to hear the music and the vocals because of the way the sound system is, it just doesn't hit that area well, or the areas on the side in the balcony. So if you want the best experience going to the theater show and you're sitting on the lower level, make sure you're trying to sit in the absolute middle of the theater. This theater also spreads out really, really wide, and it is not smart to sit on the edges of this theater either because you're going to have a poor view, and you're also not going to take it all in. The theater show is designed for you to be sitting directly in front of it, and if you're on the sides, you're going to have a less than experience. If you're sitting up in the balcony, there's going to be this railing that they've installed for some reason that if you sit there, you're going to be watching the entire video with this bar directly in front of your face. So you want to make sure that you're sitting on the front row where it's glass so you can just see through it and you don't watch a show with a bar in your eyesight the entire time. The seventh thing that I'll tell you is make sure you're picking the right itinerary if you're looking at coming on the MSC Magnifica. Make sure that you're picking the one that has the Ocean Key in addition to Key West. Those are going to be your best bet, or an overnight in Ocean Key. They're going to also have some options that go to Nassau. This is a less than desirable itinerary. Love Nassau, but I really like the other ports 10 times better. So if you're looking at various weekends, make sure you're checking where it goes and picking one, as long as your schedule's flexible, that will allow you to either do an overnight in MSC Marine Reserve's Ocean Key, or you're going over to Key West and Ocean Key. The eighth thing you're going to make sure you do is check out the specialty restaurant Oriental Plaza here on MSC Magnifica. Most of the times, I don't necessarily recommend people to do specialty restaurants, but this one is actually reasonably priced. I've gone in there a few times as a Diamond member in the Voyagers program. You are going to get one free meal there to start with. The food's good, so I get to go there once every single cruise. I don't always do it, but it is a la carte. So it's not like you're paying that prefix meal and you're looking at maybe $20 to $30. It's not that much. So if you want a nice or special experience while you're here on the MSC Magnifica, make sure you're checking out Oriental Plaza. The 10th thing that I'll mention is make sure that you are registering your card here on MSC Magnifica. I see all the time people trying to get off the ship and they get the horrible ding when they're trying to leave on the last day, catching a cab, maybe an early flight, and they can't get off because they haven't settled their account. Make sure that you register a credit card or debit card in the system. The way that you do this is twofold. You can do it through the MSC For Me app, or you can go to one of the kiosks that they have here and register your card. It will place a $250 hold on your account, but if you don't use all that money, it will return it back to you when you get home in probably 3 or 4 days. You also need to know that there's a foreign transaction fee. They clear out of Geneva. So all of their merchant services, their credit card transactions, debit card transactions go through Geneva. So if you don't have a card that does not have a foreign transaction fee waiver to it, you will be paying whatever that card charges you for foreign transactions as it's processed, not in the US, but processed out of Switzerland. The 11th thing is make sure that you status match with MSC. I need to make another video on this. I've got one that's out there that's a little bit old. I'll link to the video here. But if you have loyalty with cruise lines, with a hotel chain, with a lot of different places, you can status match into MSC, and they've got a really generous policy. It is free stuff that you get just for being part of their program. So make sure that you're watching the video and going through it and status matching with MSC. It sweetens the deal even more on why to come here. The 12th thing is there are tons of bars on this ship, but what I find is people always go to just one bar at a certain time. So if you are seeing that there's a line, there's people hanging out at one and you can't get a drink, walk down the hallway. I guarantee you there is another bar that you can quickly get a drink that people are not hanging out at, and then just walk back and you'll probably get a drink quicker than if you stayed in the bar that you're at. And the last thing that I will mention here is make sure that you're not buying the Wi-Fi package on board the MSC Magnifica. There is a whole video on the reasons why not to. You have other options. Make sure that watching this video here and why I don't buy the Wi-Fi package on board a weekend sailing on the MSC Magnifica. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon.